Good morning, everyone. This is usually the point in the service where I ask you to reach for a hymnal of one color or another. However, this morning's opening hymn comes from our brand new virtual hymnal, which you therefore cannot grab. And instead, about 60 of my friends and I would love to teach you a dedication by Leah Morris. So the words are going to be up here on the screens. We'll teach it to you. You'll notice that the first line gets repeated 3 times. So repeat after me and we'll do it a couple times. Please repeat after me. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us. Do it again. As for me and my house, you will find us. One more time. As for me and my house. And then my turn. Peace for all right now. Try that last line. Peace for all right now. And it really is as easy as that. We'll do a few verses swapping out peace for some other things that we might decide to serve. And I'll invite you to be brave as you rise in body or in spirit, singing for the very first time a dedication by Leah Morris from our new virtual hymnal. Here we go. As for me. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. Peace for all right now. Serving hope. As for me and my house, you will find us serving hope. As for me and my house, you will find us serving hope. As for me and my house, you will find us serving hope. Hope for all. Serving joy. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. Joy for all right. Serving love. As for me and my house, you will find us serving love. As for me and my house, you will find us serving love. As for me and my house, you will find us serving love. Love for all right now. Thank you. Please have a seat.
Good morning. Welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Ann Arbor. Ours is a liberal spiritual community working for peace and justice for over 160 years. My name is Stella Gorlin, and I serve this congregation as the Director of Spiritual Growth and Development. Whether you're here in real time, in person, online, or watching later in the week, we hope you leave this experience feeling like you belong here just as you are. If you are here for the first time, we warmly invite you to attend our newcomer welcome right after the service in the Redmond Room, which is the second door as you walk back towards the main entrance. There you'll find staff and volunteers that are ready to answer questions and help you make connections. You can also fill out a newcomer survey at uuaa.org/newcomersurvey. Please take a few minutes to fill this out so we can get to know you a little bit and help you make the right connections. It's almost October, which brings with it chillier air, a kaleidoscope of colors, and pumpkin-flavored everything. And here at the UUAA, it brings our annual stewardship campaign. This year, we are lifting up our community as a sanctuary of hope. I wanted to read a short piece from the letter that you will receive in the packet that we send out. We each need places of refuge, places where we feel safe, supported, and seen. Places that hold the wisdom and potential of who and what we human beings can be at our best. Across generations, for over 160 years, UUAA has been exactly that, a sanctuary for hope. a sanctuary for what we know is both better and possible. Just as others gave to this community and sustained it before we were here, the task now falls on each of us to nurture and sustain UUAA for generations to come. For generations that will hold a bolder, more inclusive, more love-centered sense of what humanity can be and can do. As I said, our annual campaign packet will be sent out this week, so please keep your eye on the mail. Thank you for supporting the UUAA in all the ways that you do. I also wanted to mention that this afternoon, not right after the service, but at 1 o'clock in Foz Chapel, I'm going to be holding an OWL information session. Now, this is not an OWL orientation or something that's specific to any particular group of people. It's not just for OWL facilitators or anything like that. It's for everybody. We are trying to do a real full expansion of the OWL program here, and we need everybody in the congregation to buy into that. So if you don't know what OWL is and you're curious, if you want to know why it's important work, if you're interested in possibly facilitating, if there's an interest in starting a new program because it's lifespan, so if you have a specific interest, like I would love to take adult OWL, come to this session, learn about what we can all do to make this a bigger program because it's so important. It's one of the most important justice things that we do here. Grounded in community. Centered on justice, lifted by love. That is our mission. It was our mission yesterday, it is our mission today, and it will be our mission tomorrow and all the days after. I invite you to consider the wisdom of Lisa Garcia Sampson, nourished and transformed. Spirit of life and love, spirit that lives within us and between us and among us right now. Within this beloved community and in our work for collective liberation, may we continue to weave the web of trust and care to keep our bodies safe. But more than that, may our bodies be the site of healing, joy, and freedom. May we refuse to let our spirits be depleted and hardened by the forces of hate. Instead, may we open ourselves to be nourished and transformed by the movement for justice. Knowing that our collective story is not what we are fighting against, but what we are fighting for. For ours is the work of creation. Ours is the work of inviting people into an irresistible movement, rooted in our belief that a new world is possible. And the center of our work is love and joy and the spirit of abundance. These are the things we are fighting for, and these are the things we are fighting with. May we know, deep in our bones, that this is the call of our faith. We are gathered in community. Come, let us worship together.
We start with a chalice. It's a simple thing to light a chalice. You need a match or a lighter. We have a flame. So why bother? Why start every worship service this way? For me, the essential element here is that we are doing this in community. It's a singular act that embraces us all. A flame creates light, it dispels darkness, it offers us hope. It reminds us we have come together on a Sunday morning in community. It reminds us we are not alone in our joys and in our struggles. The ritual of it is comforting. It's familiar. It's a way to be in a space and know you are home. And if you are new, we hope it's a way to be in this space and know you are welcomed. I'd like to invite Stella to help us light the chalice today. Let's prepare our hearts to receive the words that we are about to say together. We light this chalice for the light of truth. We light this chalice for the warmth of love. We light this chalice for the energy of action. We light this chalice for the harmony of peace. Thank you, Stella. This Sunday, you will hear stories and music and see images and hear reflections on what we believe. While there are so many ways to express our beliefs, which are diverse and unique and varied, we do share a common covenant. While in many faith traditions, belonging to the community is contingent upon believing one thing that is usually represented in a creed. The very important difference is that a covenant does not tell you what you must believe to belong. It's a way of reminding us how we want to be in relationship with each other. And through that shared understanding, we belong in community. So let's say our covenant words together with intention. The spirit of this church is love, and service is its law. This is our covenant with each other, to dwell together in peace, to search for truth in love, and to help one another. Now, in a moment, we will begin our child dedication ceremony. This is one of my favorite moments during the church year, when we formally welcome young ones into the community. We will covenant with them and with each other, promising to be part of their lives as they grow and discover who they are and what they believe. Each child that's born is a reason to sing louder for hope, to march for justice, to expand our capacity for love, and to make peace real in the world. We recognize the miracle each child is, and within this community, we intentionally pause to lift this up and commit our support to these young ones who face challenges as they grow up in these uncertain times. It is a commitment we take seriously. Today, we also acknowledge that for some in this community, or for someone else we know, a ceremony like this may call to the surface painful memories and deep sorrow. If you have experienced the death of a child, the loss of a pregnancy, or struggle with infertility, this time is extraordinarily bittersweet. So I invite us into a shared time of quiet remembrance, holding those experiencing loss close. So if you would, just a handful of breaths together. Thank you. We, as a community, can both support one another in sorrow and celebrate with one another in joy. Our hearts are big enough. Our embrace is wide enough. Now, today, we explicitly name our place in the nurture and care of our children through our child dedication ceremony. So I invite our family and children to be dedicated now to come forward and gather right over here in front of this little table. So it's not all the kids today, it's the Kasman family. Even though anytime, all the kids are welcome. But today is a special day for this family. So on behalf of the First Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Ann Arbor, it is my honor to ask, by what name shall we know these children? Would you mind speaking it into the microphone?
Lily Kasman and Victor Kasman.
Lily and Victor. Friends, I present to you Lily and Victor. We have heard and called your names. We now bless you by the elements and welcome you into our community. First, the earth. The earth we offer is from the gardens of this property, our common home. It has been mingled with the soil gathered at our dirt communion services. This soil connects you to the world that grows within and about you, and to the land your community calls home. By the earth, which is as solid as you are, may you be blessed and take care of your body self. You are made of stardust and carbon and love. You are a gift.
The next element is air. The air we offer comes in the form of bubbles, a playful reminder that the gift of delight and adventure is available with every breath. By the air which moves as freely and quickly as your mind and spirit, may you be blessed. Try on new ideas, but don't hold them too tightly. Think with great care, for thought is a gift. Watch these shimmery bubbles dance in the air and remember that you can always return to the circle of care, no matter where you go in this wild world.
Our next element is fire. This is our memory candle, a candle that we use on our annual All Souls Sunday during our ritual of remembrance. Through its light and flame, you are connected to all who have come here before you. The love and laughter that has been shared, ancestors who have worked to build and nurture this community that is now also yours. The fire within each of us fuels our deepest longings and helps us express our deepest gifts. May you learn how to harness and work with your own fire deeply and well, taking care to avoid the pitfall of burning others or yourself as you do so. By this fire, may you be blessed.
This water is drawn from our wells, mingled with drops from our water communion. This water connects you with this world, with this place, with this community, and its ancestors. By the water, which is as essential to life as your being, by the water which is as transformative as your spirit, may you be blessed. May you know the might of oceans, the tenacity of rivers, the persistence of raindrops, and the patience of dew. May you nourish what you touch. May your spirit always grow.
As we prepare to welcome these children into our circle of love, I turn first to our parents, to whom I will lovingly pose 3 questions. I invite you in turn to respond with the phrase, "We will." Will you teach and model for your children what it means to embody and live a life of compassion, love, and authenticity? Will you patiently and lovingly share your perspective, experience, and wisdom with your children, offering them guidance and strength as they navigate life's challenges? Knowing that we human beings often learn and grow through the mistakes that we make, will you offer your children companionship, understanding, and forgiveness as they encounter crossroads on this adventure we call life?
I now turn to the children and youth that are present with some very important questions. Are there any children or youth here? Oh, hello. All right, you have an important job to do. When I ask a question, I want you to respond with enthusiasm. We will. Can we practice it? All right, will you say it with enthusiasm? We will. Winner. All right. All right, here we go. This one's the real one. Children and youth, Will you promise to offer friendly faces, smiles, and words of welcome to these children and to all children that walk through our doors? Will you promise to play together, laugh together, learn together, build community together, and remind the grown-ups that you are the future of this congregation and this faith?
Now, these last questions are for the whole community, and I sincerely hope we all will answer robustly with the words, "We will." Will you journey with these children through all that life offers in covenants of trust, gratitude, service, justice, compassion, and unfailing love? We will. Will you share with them the living tradition of Unitarian Universalism, its impact, its vision, its values, its principles, and its sources? We will. Will you promise to play with these children, to teach and learn with them, to laugh with them, to sing with them, to love them just as they are? We will. Welcome into our hearts, welcome into our circle of love.
As we end our child dedication ceremony, I invite Reverend Theresa to present you with gifts of a certificate, a book for each child, as well as a book for the parents, as a token of our commitment to all ages' spiritual growth and development. May these gifts enrich your understanding of our faith and deepen your commitment to peace, justice, and love as you grow and thrive in this beloved community. You may all return to your seats. We close with a prayer for our children by the Reverend Robert Kaufman. We wish for you a storm or two, that you may enjoy the calm. We wish for you tranquility in time of trial. We wish you a cool breeze on a warm day and pale white clouds, that you may better appreciate the blueness of the sky. We wish you darkness, that you may see the stars. We wish you anticipation of high adventure, and we wish you the courage to avoid battle. We wish you a sense of wonder and poetry and music. We wish you companionship, that you may appreciate solitude. We wish you a friend who will understand you, and understanding so that you may have a friend. We wish you may become all that you wish to be, and more than you hope that you can be. We wish you a flower to smell, a hand to touch, a voice to cheer, a heart to gladden, and we wish you someone to love as we love you. Amen.
Friends, would you rise as you're comfortably willing and able as we sing together our song of aspiration?
Trust and commitment to be present to one another and this community, to live into our covenant, to honor the flaming chalice that lights our way. We all want to belong, to be embraced by a loving community, and to find hope. I feel hopeful every day, bearing witness to the many ways we bring our vision to life. One of the ways that we demonstrate our commitment each week is through the spiritual practice of our offering. It's a reminder that when each of us gives of our time, energy, money, talents, and presence, we create a community that can do so much more together than we ever could alone. There are many ways to give. As our ushers pass the baskets, we invite you to drop in cash or checks. If you'd prefer a digital option, you can text UUAA to 73256, or you can go to uuaa.org/giving. Our anthem this morning is a testament to the power of hope in the midst of despair. The words of I Believe by Mark Miller were found on the wall of a cellar in Cologne, Germany, where a small group of Jews hid themselves for the entire duration of World War II. As the offering is collected, please listen with hope in your hearts to the following words. I believe in the sun, even when it's not shining. I believe in love, even when I don't feel it. I believe in God, even when God is silent. However you give, thank you for your generosity. I'd like to invite the ushers to begin passing the baskets. This morning's offering will now be given and gratefully received.
I believe in the sun. I believe in the sun, even when it's not shining. I believe in the sun. I believe in the sun, even when it's not shining. I believe in love. I believe in love, even when I don't feel it. I believe in love. I believe in love, even when I don't
Will the ushers please come forward? As they do, I invite you to rise in body or spirit wherever you may be, and say with me the words of dedication. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings. Thank you.
I am, generally speaking, a pretty optimistic, hopeful person. I absolutely believe in the sun, even when it's not shining. But some days it's not easy. In fact, in these times we are living in right now, and I don't need to list the reasons why, believing in all that is good that seems to have slipped away is hard. Believing in unseen potential is hard. These are days when the weight of the world we are all carrying in our bodies feels like it's just too much. My heart feels broken, and my hope fades. But then something happens to heal my heart and to return hope to my spirit, and that something is what we just did this morning in our child dedication. I believe the nurture and care of our children is at the core of who we are. I cannot think of a better example of believing in potential than this. We spoke words together that affirm all the possibilities ahead for these children, for all children. And while the future is so uncertain and so full of challenges, it is also full of beauty and hope and love and kindness. Hope is there. Do we believe it, even if we don't see it? I do. And what do we do to make it so if we don't see it? We must make it visible. And if you feel it just doesn't matter to you, remember it matters to these children. In our first story today, we will see what this looks like, finding hope, not giving up. In Our Hands by Lucy Farfort. We called it the dulling. It had been creeping in for such a long time and had started so gradually that most people barely even noticed. Perhaps they didn't want to see. No one knew what to do, except carry on as normal, as if we could ignore the problem away. As the dulling spread, people felt sad and angry. They blamed each other, and there were terrible arguments. Hurt replaced harmony. Neighbors became enemies. But this didn't solve anything. When the last drop of color finally left our planet, the people in charge shrugged their shoulders and said, nothing could be done. Still, in my small corner of the world, I kept my eyes open for answers. Because you never knew when out of the blue the tiniest thing could show up and spark a transformation. Such as a single grain of hope found by those like us, dreamers with a gaze that never quit. At first, it seemed like nothing was happening. So I shouted for help. And someone heard my call. Hello, he said. I've brought an idea. And guess what? It worked. If we gather more people, this could change things, we cried. Most walked by without even stopping, too busy to care. Many had grown used to the gray, learned to live with it, they said. This made us want to walk away, but we kept each other going. Bit by joyful bit, others took notice, and everyone who joined gave new energy. There were some funny suggestions along the way, but each offered the glint of a brighter tomorrow. At times, the effort was exhausting. When things got really tough, we had to work as one. Then I woke one morning and the air felt different. It was filled with the smell of promise. Like the flick of a switch, our dream had blossomed, and in front of us stood a beacon of hope. I guess from a distance, amongst all that gray, it must have appeared a speck of a change. Yet, we all knew deep down that together we'd started something incredible. And in our hands was the key to help others do the same. The end.
A couple of weeks ago, in our very first music and worship chapel of the congregational year, Dusty and I invited all of the children and youth that were present to reflect on what they believe in just a few short sentences, or in a picture. 8 of them bravely agreed to record their thoughts for us. I invite you to offer them your open-minded and open-hearted attention.
I'm 11 years old and I'm a 5th grader. I believe that we should give back to the earth for all it gives us.
My name is Theresa, and I'm 7 years old, and I believe that gymnastics is definitely the best sport ever. I also believe that no one should ever glitter. My name is Gorlin, and I believe in Mother Earth is that when there's pollution or we throw trash everywhere and stuff like that, then we hurt her. I'm and I'm 10 years old, and I believe that everything should have a right to live and have a place to call. My name is Jamie, and I absolutely love this.
Mental health should never be brought up unless you're offering help. It's not relevant in any other circumstance.
Hi, my name is Gorlin. I'm in 4th grade and I'm 10. Anyways, all of you at UUAA, and also, I believe that everyone can be what they want to be and do what they want to do. I believe that everyone should be true because they believe everybody is in this together. And I believe that chicken nuggets and french fries are one of the best foods ever.
And finally, we had one more kid who asked me to read her statement on her behalf. This is from Miana, who says, "I believe all animals should be alive." Amen to that. Can we please thank all of our youth and young ones for being brave enough? So, which of our UU values or principles did you hear reflected in these belief statements? Anybody? Is that a value statement? I guess so. French fries and chicken nuggets. I mean, honestly, it is quite tasty. I'm partial to French fries myself. I do get it. Yeah, others. Anything that you heard reflected in these belief statements? Interdependence, absolutely. Equality or equity, yes. Environmental stewardship, I love that. Compassion. Others. Anything else? Acceptance, belonging. What was that? Pluralism, absolutely. Yeah. Authenticity of your or for your interests, absolutely. Being who you are, right? Everyone at UUA rules, which is obviously true. Come on, people. Indeed. Well, I definitely heard all of those things. I also heard accountability, I heard community, and I heard passion and enthusiasm. All of these kids share the belief that everyone has value, that the earth is precious, and that we all have a right to thrive. A belief that we all deserve to feel safe, to belong, and to be loved as we are. And a determination to remake our world into one that is just, peaceful, and compassionate. They envision a world guided by a commitment to radical welcome, which is one of our priorities. I heard it in April's love of water for all it gives the earth, Jane's plea to stop littering, Hal's desire to see the earth and all its people taking care of one another, Wynn's wish for everyone to be safe, healthy, and housed, our youth's fierce defense of people with mental health, Willa's conviction that we are all in this together, and Miana's love for the animal kingdom, and not to mention the ice cream, gymnastics, chicken nuggets, and French fries. I also heard an optimism that you don't always hear in adult circles. Did everybody pick up on that optimism? It's a hopefulness, a confidence that we can and will make it happen. As Winston Churchill once said, a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. And I think our kids are the second of those two things. I'm reminded of a story about an 18-wheeler that was transporting heavy equipment. The driver tried to go through an underpass, but his cargo was a little too high, and the truck got stuck. It was lodged there and couldn't go backward or forward. So local officials were called in, and everyone began throwing out ideas about how to unstick this stuck truck. Now, even though the truck only needed to shave off a couple of inches to clear the underpass, the only solution that these adults came up with was to dismantle or remove a portion of the cargo, let the truck pass, and then reload all of the equipment, which would be very expensive and quite time-consuming of a solution. Well, as often happens in these kinds of situations, the incident attracted a lot of bystanders, including a young kid on a bicycle. After watching and listening to all the discussions, the kid confidently said, "Why don't you just let some air out of the tires?" And just like that, the problem was solved. It took only a few minutes and virtually no cost to deflate the tires and drive the truck out from the underpass. Where the wise and experienced adults came up short, the child had the imagination to see the simplest and best solution, and the courage to speak up. And in this case, thankfully, the adults listened. Will we? Our kids are facing challenges much bigger than a stuck truck. Will they have a seat at the table? Will we make space for their optimism, their creativity, their enthusiasm? Will we listen to them? Our second story today is about a kid with big and wild ideas, a kid who colors outside the lines, a kid who believes in the possibility of a brighter, more hopeful future. The Kid with Big, Big Ideas, written by Brittany Wynn Lee, illustrated by Jacob Suva. There once was a kid with glittery nails who always wore colorful socks. And all around town, this child was known for thinking outside of the box. Each day felt like a puzzle to solve, and the kid's imagination the key for creating all sorts of great big ideas to make things the best they could be. You know how the bus ride takes so long, the kid would ask their friends? What if we all became mermaids who could swim to school with our fins? Think of the fun we would have if we could teach our pets to talk, and they could help us say hello to neighbors when out for a walk. Imagine if everyone was accepted with curiosity and an open mind, and if every place in the world was safe and every person you met was kind. Just think of all the good we could do if we worked as one big team. No idea was ever off limits to them. The bigger the problem, the bigger the dream. But the kids' creativity was so big and their ideas were often so wild that grown-ups would dismiss them and say, "Oh, that's just an imaginative child." After hearing this over and over again, they wondered if maybe they should offer up only the smallest ideas to avoid being misunderstood. Worried, the child pondered, what if my thoughts scare people away? I won't make any difference at all if no one hears anything I say. But then one day, the kid overheard someone on Gran's evening news say how adults should cast their votes for things that were children's issues. "Why," said the child, "is no one my age a part of this important chat? I would have so many great ideas for fixing a problem like that." "Wait," they shrunk back. "No, I gave up on ideas as different as mine. People don't like it when kids like me color outside of the lines." "Now listen to me," Gran said, sitting close. "I've learned a thing or two. Few broken things ever get fixed without problem solvers like you." And like a firework, their brain lit up. What if kids were in the mix and grown-ups brought problems to us so we could be part of the fix? Then the kid and Gran made a plan to start community conversations. They invited folks of all ages and stages to solve problems with their imaginations. "Welcome to Just Ask Kids," they'd smile, "where kids get to have a say. If there's an issue that impacts us, our ideas have a part to play." And soon, more grown-ups and kids alike were gathering to talk together, all because a child had a big, brave idea that the world could actually be better. The end.
Friends, I invite you to grab that gray hymnal now and turn to number 368. This will be a slightly more familiar hymn than the opening, but I'd still like to take a moment to just reintroduce it to you. If you notice, there are two different vocal lines available to you. That melody is on the top, and there's a very fun bass line on the bottom. Let's just quickly sing through this melody, and then I'll teach you a bit of the bass line, and you can choose your own adventure. Maybe even you'll make up some harmonies of your own. But let's start with this melody line, Allison. Here we go, everybody. Sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within. So if all else fails, you can retreat to that melody line. But there is a really groovy bass line here that you maybe have never noticed. Will you repeat after me? We're going to do this in pieces. So I'll go first. Repeat after me, please. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us sing, sing, sing. My turn. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us sing, sing, sing. So we have that twice, and then lift up your voice, be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the faith within. So let's take it from lift up your voice. 1, 2, 3. Lift up your voice. Be not afraid. Be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the faith. It grooves, right? Let's try that whole bass line from now let us sing. 1, 2, 3. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us sing, sing. Lift up your voice, lift up your voice. Be not afraid, be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the faith. All right. That's plenty of instruction. Pick the part you like best, jump between the two, make up your own, but whatever you do, will you rise in body or in spirit and join in singing number 368. Bass line goes first. Now let us sing to the power of the faith within. Now let us sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith. Hope. Let us sing to the power of the hope within. Now let us sing to the power of the hope within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the love. Now let us sing to the power of the love within. Now let us sing to the power of the love within. Lift up your voice, lift up your voice. Be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the joy. Now let us sing to the power of the joy within. Now let us sing to the power of the joy within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the joy within.
It Matters What We Believe by Sophia Lyon-Faz. Some beliefs are like walled gardens. They encourage exclusiveness and the feeling of being especially privileged.
Other beliefs are expansive and lead the way into wider and deeper sympathies.
Some beliefs are like shadows, clouding children's days and fears of unknown calamities.
Other beliefs are like sunshine, blessing children with the warmth of happiness.
Some beliefs are divisive, separating saved from unsaved, friends from enemies.
Other beliefs are bonds in a world community where sincere differences beautify the pattern.
Some beliefs are like blinders, shutting off the power to choose one's own direction.
Other beliefs are like gateways opening wide vistas for exploration.
Some beliefs weaken a person's selfhood. They blight the growth of resourcefulness.
Other beliefs nurture self-confidence and enrich the feeling of personal worth.
Some beliefs are rigid, like the body of death, impotent in a changing world.
Other beliefs are pliable, like the young sapling ever growing with the upward thrust of life. Dear ones, may your beliefs sustain you through times of doubt. May you look at each child with a renewed sense of hope for their futures, for their potential. Go now in peace, with love and compassion surrounding you, until we meet again. Amen.